Welcome back to another episode. It's your girl Sierra.
And I'm your girl Glenna.
And this is our show, Nothing But.
Where we say shit that you're too scared to say out loud.
Just a quick disclaimer, we are not experts, just opinionated as hell. If you're easily offended, this probably ain't for you.
But if you like raw talk, laughs, and the truth, welcome in.
Don't forget, hit the like button, drop a comment, and subscribe to our channel here on YouTube, and follow Nothing But on all social media platforms.
So everybody knows how this works. It's Saturday night, and let's get started. Tonight's drink is
Lemon Drops.
And just remember, we would love it if you send us an email or message telling us a story that you need the truth about, or maybe just need a second or third opinion. We can be those friends that give you the hard truth that you need to hear. Just remember, this is a safe space. Everybody is welcome and your feedback is appreciated. But if you say something ugly, we will address your comment on the next episode.
With that being said, let's go ahead, pull from the bowl, and see what's the topic of the night.
And the topic of the night is old school versus new school parenting.
Oh, Lord.
This is going to get juicy tonight.
Yeah, because these parenting skills these days is very different.
All right, guys, it's story time. So like we said, that the topic of tonight is old school versus new school parenting. So I got a story that I need to tell you. This is going to be the old school part. So there was a time that I grew up on the farm. I was always a tomboy, don't like little frilly stuff. So I was in the store one day with my mom. My mom was a disciplinarian in the family. She was always the one that disciplined us. So we was in the store one day and I wanted a Barbie doll of all things. And I'm not even that kind of girl. So I was with my mom, wanted the Barbie doll. And I thought, I had seen these other kids, they got what they wanted. So I thought that maybe if I pitched a tantrum, because she said I couldn't have it, that I would eventually get it.
That's probably the worst thing you could have done.
It was the worst thing that I could possibly have done, because all my mom did was backhand me in my mouth in the store. And I think I was more embarrassed and my feelings was hurt. And for some reason that has resonated with me from this day to this day, that I'd never pitched another fit after that. I never asked for anything else. Anytime we ever went to the store, I always walked right beside my mom and didn't even touch anything. But it was that she backhanded me, and it just kind of, I was like, oh my God, she just hit me in the mouth.
It kind of shocked you a little bit.
It shocked me. It really did. But that was old school.
Right.
I mean, you didn't wait till you got home, or you didn't take somebody to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Or you didn't say we're going to talk about this when you get home. My ass got popped in the mouth in the store on the toy aisle
in front of people,
thinking I was going to pitch a fit over a Barbie doll. So I mean, it amazes me how that back then that your mom and dad could discipline you.
Yes. Without
repercussions.
Yes.
Versus what happens today.
Today is kind of crazy. Like, you have to be careful what you do to your kids. And it's not even you being careful what you do to your kids. You have to really discipline your kids and let them know, like, okay, I'm the parent and you are the child. So you are to do, if you're doing wrong, then I have to show you. You don't have to whoop them every time. I don't agree with whooping for everything, but I do feel like there should be some kind of discipline. But in some matters, you do need to, put a little bit of force behind it.
Yeah, but kids nowadays, parents supposed to be your friend.
Yes.
I mean, and I told my daughter, I am not your friend. I am your parent first.
Because there's this thing out here now called gentle parenting.
Oh, no.
And I was asked a few days ago if I was a gentle parent. And I'm not a gentle parent at all. I'm not talking to I talk to my kids. Don't get me wrong, but if I have to repeat myself more than several times, Glenna knows it. She'd be over here and I'd be yelling at my kids. It'd just be a disaster in here. If there is no repercussions, then it's nothing really happening. The kids are just doing whatever they want to do, pretty much. But you have to, like, discipline your kids. I have all boys. So it's like I can't just be in here just, oh, y'all go sit down and somebody go sit in your room for timeout. It's no timeout. The timeout, they're going to be in there watching TV, on the game. Like, that's not timeout.
Or this is my favorite one. You set them down. Oh, this is new school, and I haven't figured this one out yet. So you set them down, they say, and you have a discussion with them on what they did wrong and on ways that they can change to not do it again. What the hell are you doing that?
I think it depends on the age of the child. If the child is like middle school, high school, like I understand that. It depends on what happened. If it's something that they know that they are not supposed to be doing, I feel like you should sit down and have a conversation with them. But if your child is disrespectful, like you know that your child is disrespectful, they are blatantly just not listening to you.
But you're letting them do that. Parents nowadays,
some of them do let them just cuss them out.
Let their kids say whatever they want to say.
When I was younger, and I consider myself a part of the old school parenting because we got whoopings. It was not having a conversation. It was, okay, my mama said or my daddy said, and that's just what it was. If it wasn't that, then somebody's getting a whooping. And it ain't somebody got to go get a switch or something like that, or go get the belt, or my dad used to make us, it was the horriblest thing that I could ever experience in life. My dad used to have us stand in his room and hold his work boots. Mind you, we was like freaking...
What?
We was in like elementary school, tiny little kids, and we were sitting in the room holding up his work boots with both of our hands up like this. It was horrible. I mean, no, we didn't get a whooping at that time, but we did still get whoopings. But that was one of the punishments that we would get, and that was torture because them boots they were not light. They were very heavy.
Oh my gosh.
And sometimes we would have to get on the wall.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, standing on the wall was a thing. Now in the daycares, I heard that they can't even make kids stand on the wall. Like they can't do that. They have to go talk to them or something like that. But them standing on the wall is not an option. Like even putting a child in timeout or separating them from the group is not an option. And I think it's crazy because sometimes you need to separate the kids, especially if they're doing stuff like collectively. You need to separate them. You need to let them sit with themselves for a second, especially like in daycares. Like I know the daycares can't whoop them, but they need to separate them. It's crazy that you can't separate the kids in daycare now.
I don't know. I can't get it. Well, the boot thing's really, really. I can't get it. Your dad with your old boots in your hands.
That was awful.
But I understand the switch thing. I mean, even when my mom passed away years back, my sister found the leather belt in her drawer in the bedroom that she used to get out and whoop us with. I mean, and we were all grown and everything, but she still kept that belt in her drawer. I mean, and you went out and got a switch. If you went to a neighbor's house, the neighbor was allowed to whip you.
Oh Lord, let that even happen now, and it would be a freaking disaster.
Exactly, the neighbor was allowed to whip you, and then when you got home, you got another whipping from your mom and dad because you got a whipping from the neighbor.
Yeah.
Nowadays, if anybody lays a hand on anybody else's child, somebody's going to jail.
It's a whole issue.
Somebody's going to jail.
CPS is getting involved.
Exactly.
I mean, kids are threatening to call the police themselves.
Yes.
And I think that it's crazy when your children are threatening to call the police on you. Like, where did they get this from?
I don't even know when it started.
Because I do not know who started that, but I wish I would have even thought about calling the police on my parents. That would have been my last day at my mama's house, I wouldn't even be able to go back there.
Oh, at my house, we had a rotor phone where it had the dial, where you had to dial the numbers. Before we could even get the DSS called with the rotor phone, my mom would have done beat our ass.
If you even think that you're going to get close enough to call 911,
yes.
then something, I don't know what in the world, it just never was a thought in my head, like, let me call the police or let me go to school and tell my teachers that that my mama or my daddy is whooping on me because I'm cutting up in school.
Exactly.
Like, I don't even understand how you can get in trouble. Yes, you are a child, but at the same time, you know what you're doing. Like, you're going to school or you're going to wherever you're going. You're getting in trouble. You're doing stuff that you know you're not supposed to be doing. And then when you get home and get in trouble for it, then you want to go and cry wolf to the teacher.
Exactly.
And I don't even get that. Like, who started this? Who started going to school? I can understand if you are literally like getting abused, like your mama is neglecting you or you just getting beat on for no reason. I completely understand that. But most of the time, that don't be the case.
No. But they're getting in trouble and then telling their parents they didn't do it. Mm-hmm. The parents is taking their side in it.
Yes, then going to school, cussing out the teachers.
Cussing the teachers out. The kids are in school. There's kids are in school just hitting and abusing the teachers. Mm-hmm. Teachers can't hit the kids back.
Bus drivers can't hit the
bus
kids.
Bus drivers
can't even say nothing.
Exactly. Can't nobody say nothing to them. Here you are. You've got they're just running amok, and then all you can do is just sit down and talk to them. What the heck?
Like, what is the talking gonna do?
Exactly. I don't get it. And what age does that start or end?
Because I'm almost 1,000% sure when kids go to school, if you know that your child is bad and you know that your child does crazy stuff, before they even go to school, you have a conversation with them. Don't go to school acting crazy. Don't go to school showing your ass.
Right.
Don't go to school like you ain't got no home training. Because that's what my mama and daddy used to tell us all the time. If you go to that school act like you ain't got no home training, it's going to be something.
For real, because it was an embarrassment for them.
Exactly.
Like they wasn't doing their job.
So I just don't even understand it.
But now new school parenting, you just let them just do what they want to do. They can stay out at all hours of the night. They can come and go as they please. They can just be cussing in the house. Everybody smoking weed. I mean, it's just like we're having a party at the house and the parents are there.
And I still don't feel comfortable cussing around my mama like that.
I never cussed around my mom either.
It's a respect thing for me. I'd rather not cuss around my mama. I know my mama don't like to hear stuff like that. So it's just really respect. So I don't see why it's okay for children to do it. Like, I don't even understand it. It's a lot that I don't understand about the new generation of things. And I know I'm not like a part of this new generation, but I just think that times have really changed.
They have. I still think that there should be paddling in school when you got in trouble. I got a paddle when I was in school.
I don't know about that.
I got a paddle when I was in school. Didn't get it for acting up. I got it because I couldn't stop laughing one day.
Oh my God.
They got me laughing on the bus. We was on a field trip. And had this uncontrollable laugh. And that I couldn't stop, and I got in trouble with me and the 4 other girls that I hung around with. We all got a paddling at school the next day. Mm-hmm. But it just, I don't know. It makes you, having boundaries makes you a better person.
Yes.
And it gives you you know what you can do and what you can't do. That's old school.
We got whoopings, and I feel like I turned out to be a perfectly fine adult.
Exactly. New school don't have boundaries. They just get out here and run amok.
Right. I don't think that I have been traumatized from getting whoopings. And don't get me wrong, there are some people who they was just getting beat on and stuff like that, but that's different. Like, I'm not saying that it's okay to abuse your children and beat on them. That's not what I'm saying.
No.
We are not saying that.
No, we are not. No, there's a big difference. There's a big difference in disciplining a child and abusing a child.
Big difference.
I mean, back then, it wasn't abuse. It was a disciplinary action. So, yeah, parents are just afraid now that they're going to get put in jail because of putting their hands on the kids, because any mark you leave now, if you leave a mark on them, that I think that the legal system considers that child abuse. DSS gets involved. I mean, the whole shebang.
The whole deal.
And if the kid gets involved and they don't like it because you did discipline them, then you're going to have probably some charges brought against you before it's all over with, because the kid's going to want to get you in trouble for then disciplining them for something that they really did.
And I think it's really imperative to let your children know that the things that you do are not, to put them in harm's way. You're doing it, mainly because you love them and you don't want them to make bad decisions.
Right.
Because a lot of bad stuff can really lead them to be in a really bad place.
Right.
And it's really imperative to make them understand that.
Right.
Because some kids will think that you're just whooping them just because. Like, oh, well, you just whooping me because you got whoopings when you were, younger. And it's like, yeah, I did get whoopings, but, I'm fine. I'm not in jail.
Right.
I'm not stealing from people. There are kids that are stealing from people at school, going to school with guns, knives. And it's just like, so after a child has taken a knife to school, you want me to sit them down and have a conversation? Yes, I am going to sit them down and have a conversation with them, but they need to know, like, okay, this is not okay. This is not.
But where did they get it from? That's what I'm saying.
That's an even better question.
Somebody, if my child, just like, so old school parenting, you didn't even think about taking any kind of weapon to school. You couldn't get it. You didn't take it. I mean, because you knew there was consequences for it. So nowadays, kids, they'll take anything they can to school. So, but where are they getting it from? You couldn't get it from old school. You couldn't get it from your parents because they had it either locked up or you didn't even know they had one. New school, you've got parents at home that have 2, 3, 4 guns laying around.
Just laying around.
You know how to get into the gun box, whatever. And they take them to school. And then the parents like, I don't know what happened, that, that he's a good kid.
Apparently not.
Exactly.
But I also think that...
And they're not going to get in trouble over it.
I also think that the internet has influenced a lot of children too. I think that, especially YouTube, I can't stand YouTube. At the same time, I like YouTube. But YouTube for kids has just really just gotten a little extreme. Like, I remember being on YouTube looking at tutorials, simple stuff, food videos. The videos that are on YouTube and that the kids are watching these days.
Say anything.
Just say crazy
and everything.
Stuff. They're telling kids to do crazy stuff.
Yes. You're exactly right.
Go get a knife and do this, or it just be crazy stuff that you never would think, like, what? Who is putting this stuff on here?
And parents are letting them watch it.
Like, I have restricted my kids from watching YouTube to some manner because it's crazy.
Oh my God! When I was growing up, there wasn't even a YouTube, so I don't even understand that at all. When we was young, you went outside and you played in the dirt or down at the river, or you rode bikes or something like that.
We were outside.
Outside doing something.
Granted, we were, on our phones but we wasn't so deeply involved in our phones that we couldn't concentrate on what was happening. A lot of kids these days are so invested in their phones that they don't even have a idea of what the real world is like.
But that's another good point. This new generation of parenting lets their child have a phone at like 7, 8. Still in elementary school.
I didn't get my first phone
until
I was in the 9th grade. And it was like a little Boost mobile phone. Granted, yeah, I did love my phone. I was very happy that I finally got me a phone. But I didn't get a phone until I was 9th grade. Now, don't get me wrong. My son has a phone. He's in the second grade.
Oh, no, Sierra.
He has a phone. But it's one of my old phones, so I been had it. I been paid it off, so I just gave it to him just so he could have a phone because it's so much happening in school these days. It's so different. When I was younger, it wasn't all of this crazy stuff happening in school. So it's like my mama wasn't pressed about me having no phone.
You know what I got? Let me just tell you. You said you was in what grade when you got a phone?
I was in the 9th grade.
Okay, you know what? I got a cell phone.
When you graduated?
No. I was probably already. I'm probably going to tell my age when I say this. I was probably early 30s when
you got your first phone.
When I got my first cell phone. Yes.
Glenna.
Yes. I had already left home, moved to Winston before I even got a cell phone. And it was one of these big cell phones. It wasn't even
I can believe
it wasn't even like one of the little cute ones they have now. It was one of those big cell phones. I was amazed at it. I mean, we didn't like that. I mean, we grew up in the country on a farm. I mean, there was thousands of things for us to do besides to be on a phone or to be in front of a TV or something like that. I mean, you found something to do.
Yeah. The parenting has changed so much.
It is.
That it's just crazy.
The kids nowadays are, and this is one of the big things too when I was younger. Kids nowadays can hang around with adults having adult conversations.
Oh, we couldn't do that.
So you knew what, I mean, if there was a bunch of adults around, I mean, nowadays the kids are just hanging out with adults and everybody's just doing the same thing.
We had to go outside.
Exactly.
Go in the kids' room, go in the room with the kids. We couldn't even, when it was time to eat, when we would have like get-togethers and stuff, there was a kid table. And then there was an adult table. It's not really like that anymore. Now people have birthday parties and it's a 5-year-old's birthday party, and there's liquor at the 5-year-old's birthday party.
Okay, so when we were young, if you were a kid and there was a bunch of adults in the front room, whether they were drinking or whatever they were going on, you couldn't stay in the front room.
You got to go somewhere.
You had to go outside. You had to go play. Yeah. But all you had to do was get that look.
That's it.
And you knew you were supposed to go somewhere. You knew that was adults, and you weren't allowed in that. Nowadays,
the look don't work.
No.
Ain't even, if there's even a look.
And kids are partaking in what the adults are doing in the front room. Everybody's just like
listening to the conversation.
It's like a whole little,
It's just they're doing what they should not be doing.
Trying to be kids' friends and not being a parent.
Right.
You're letting them partake in what you're doing or listening to what you're saying. Right. And so they think that they're an adult too. Yeah. So they have those privileges too, that they can just do what they want to do. Mm-hmm. And that's not, I don't agree with that. I mean, a kid should stay in a kid's place. Yeah. I mean, a kid's place means, even when you're a teenager, you're still not an adult.
Right.
You still don't. You still don't need to be involved in what adults are saying. Yeah. So even if you're not sent outside when you're, when you're I'd say under 13, if you're not sent outside to play, you still need to find something to do and not be where adults are drinking or doing whatever they're doing or discussing adult things or saying adult things or whatever.
I agree.
That's not a place for you either.
I agree. Just parenting now, they just let the kids just do whatever.
Do whatever.
That's just kind of how it is now. And I am parenting my children as I was parented.
Yes.
Like
I did mine
not
too.
Letting them just do whatever.
And she I'm sure she didn't like how I parented, but
yeah. I mean, I may not have liked some of the things that my parents did, but now that I'm an adult, like I get it. It's like, okay, they wanted what was best for me. They wanted to teach me, some of the ins and outs of things, and they didn't want me to just be some badass. And that's okay. You don't want your kids to be bad. You don't want your kids to be in jail. You don't want them to end up dead. And these days, the stuff that the kids are doing is just crazy. It's not just like regular stuff. They're taking it really far, and it's not going to end them in a really good place.
Because there's no discipline for them.
Yeah.
They know there's no consequences. Mm-hmm. They know that they can do whatever they want to do, go home. They're not going to get in trouble.
They're not going to get in trouble. They're still going to be able to have their phones. they're still gonna be able to be lollygag around and just say whatever, and there's nothing gonna be done to them. So they don't really care.
Because there's some instances that parents are scared of their kids.
I don't know nobody that's scared of their kid. I don't know nobody in that situation because I don't know nothing like that.
I didn't either. I was scared as shit of my mom and dad.
I
did what I was told to do.
Put fear in my heart.
Exactly.
I was not gonna try my mom on no crazy mess.
But there are people. No. There are parents that are scared of their kids. I mean, they come home whenever they want to do, and you're afraid to say anything to them because they'll tear the house up or they'll hit you. I mean, there's some kids that hit their mom and dad.
Jesus Christ!
They'll hit their mom and dad. I mean, they just pretty much run the house like they want to run the house and do what they want to do. So there's not any there's not any of that going on at my house.
I'm telling you what. You got one time to think you about to hit me.
It's just like that. I mean, there's parenting these days are completely different than what they were when I was growing up, and I guess I'm assuming when you was growing up too. And so I think this is my really big, it's not a pet peeve, but it really bothers me, is that if anything happens to your child, whatever it is, and the news media gets involved in it, of course the news media wants to interview everybody there is that's associated with whatever's going on. And you're on there talking about I don't know what was going on. My child does not get in trouble. They're a good kid. They don't, everything's good. I don't know what happened. Blah, blah. Okay, yeah, you do.
Yeah, you knew something.
You knew
something was happening.
You knew you had a badass kid.
Yeah.
I'm just putting it blank. You knew you had a badass kid.
You knew that your kid was bad.
You knew your kid what you was doing. I mean, you knew what they did. Yeah. I mean, I'm not trying to be ugly.
Yeah.
But don't get on TV trying to make your kid to be an angel and they're not an angel.
Yeah.
If that's the case, then just don't do the interview with the news media. Because I don't have a child for an angel. Not going to say I have a child for an angel. I'm just going to say no comment.
Yeah, I think I'm going to just say no comment. I'm going to agree with you on that.
Exactly. I'm not going to get on there and lie.
Yeah.
Because everybody knows you're lying.
No comment or just... I would just be real about it, say my child really wasn't heading in the right direction.
Not perfect, right.
He's done been through a lot.
Right.
She done been through a lot, or just, my child was not perfect.
Exactly.
We done experienced some stuff this past year or this past whatever.
There's
but
been
I'm not
struggles.
Gonna sit here
There's
and
been
just
struggles.
Play stupid.
Yes.
And just act like I ain't know that my son was just cutting up. Like your son, the principal done had to call you, or your teacher done called you more than half the school year.
Right.
So now that your son done brought a night to school, you all of a sudden didn't know that your son.
I don't know where he got it from.
Like, yeah, you did. That was your pocket knife.
Or somebody had to provoke him to do what he did.
Yeah.
I mean, it's always somebody else's.
Yeah.
You're blaming somebody else besides what your child did.
Just be real about it. I feel like.
Exactly. I mean, and like I said, I'm not trying to be harsh on anybody, but I mean, you got to know what your kid's doing. You got to be in their business. If you're not in their business, then you can't get on and say, I have an angel.
Yeah.
Because that just doesn't work like that.
And I know that I know everybody wants their child to have freedom and whatever, but their kids, like, they don't necessarily need freedom. Like, they need to have some structure. They need to have some discipline.
They need to have rules.
They need to have rules.
They need to have consequences.
They need to know when is doing too much.
Right. And if you do what you're not supposed to do, there needs to be a consequence. Yes. They need to know that there's consequences to that.
They need to know and understand, if I go out with my friends and do the stuff that they're doing, is this good or bad? They need to know. And if they don't know, then that just shows your parenting.
Right. And you have to talk to them all the time about that. You have to be in their business.
The conversations need to start before the bad actions.
Right.
Have the conversation beforehand. Don't wait until they've done something crazy and then want to sit down and have a conversation with them. I mean, yeah, you want to do both, but if you do it beforehand, that can prevent a lot.
Right.
You know, it's just like, okay, how, especially teenagers, middle schoolers, have a conversation with them. That's when they're getting that age to where they are getting into their own identity. You know, they're starting to see a lot of things for the world, see what the world really is. That's when you really need to have real conversations with your children.
Right. And I think the moral to the story is you can't be a child's friend. We've talked about that.
My mama
You
made
cannot be
very
their
clear
friend. You have to be a
she was
parent.
not our friend.
Right. You have to know what your child's doing. I mean, you just can't just let them run amok.
Yeah.
You can't let them do what they want to do. They are children.
Yeah.
So I mean, you just can't you just can't say you just can't think everything's going to be okay.
Yeah.
I mean, there has to be rules in place.
There has to be rules in place.
If not, then
there has to be boundaries set.
Right. If not, you've just lost the battle.
Yeah.
You might as well just, I mean, at that point, then you've lost all control.
You've lost all control.
And it's hard to get that back.
It's very hard to get that back.
So, I mean, it's just a bad situation.
Yeah.
But, I mean, whichever, you know, it's an issue. You know, it's just the way that we were brought up. Mm-hmm. We knew what our boundaries was.
Yeah.
New school, they don't know what boundaries is because all they've been done is taught to. They don't know what any kind of consequences is to a bad situation that they've had or anything bad that they've done. They know that all they're going to do is get taught to.
Yeah. And that's not enough. Talking is just not enough.
No. At some point, it's got to be something else that's going on because I mean, you can talk to you blue in the face.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you've let them get by with stuff this long,
you're gonna be talking to them in jail.
Exactly.
If that's better, then that's whatever you want to do. But that's what you're gonna be talking to them in jail or going to their gravesite talking to them.
So, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, drinks are done. Saturday night's over. It's a wrap.
It's a wrap. I feel like this has been a really good conversation.
It has. Like I said, it's just our opinion on what we've went through. I mean, you really have to decide what it is you want to do. What's your style of parenting? But we just gave you our opinion on what we think.
Yes. And don't forget, when the truth matters most,
say it straight, say it true.
And don't forget to subscribe to our channel.